We've all heard of photosynthesis. It's how plants make food. But in the process, what really happens? In this video, I'm going to be taking a deep dive into each phase of photosynthesis, including how light-dependent and light-independent reactions are important. Hey, my name is Caden, and if you want to help support this channel, go ahead and subscribe and like. Alright, let's get to it. First, what is photosynthesis? It's where plants turn carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen using sunlight. Photosynthesis is broken down into two parts, light-dependent and light-independent reactions. Now, the chloroplast has a double membrane. The main parts we are going to be focusing on are the thylakoids, which are the little green discs, and the stroma, which is a fluid that surrounds the thylakoids. Now, the granum is just a big stack of thylakoids. The first phase of photosynthesis is called light-dependent reactions. Keep in mind that these reactions happen in the thylakoids and require light. So the first step, here's the weird part, photosynthesis 2, not 1, will absorb the sunlight at 680 nanometers first. The sunlight will be absorbed by a pigment known as chlorophyll. Because the light energy will cause the loss of an electron from photosystem 2's chlorophyll, water is oxidized to replace the lost electron, forming hydrogen ions and oxygen gas, meaning it'll be split. The oxygen is going to be kicked out as a byproduct, and the hydrogen ions will move down the electron transport chain and diffuse across the thylakoid membrane. So now what? The electron now reaches photosystem 1. Photosystem 1 absorbs the sunlight at 700 nanometers, which excites the electron. Two electrons then combine with NADP+ to make NADPH. But we can't forget the hydrogen ions on the other side of the thylakoid membrane. They're going to diffuse through a protein channel, kind of like a little tunnel, called ATP synthase to make ATP from ADP. So the results of the light-dependent reactions are NADPH and ATP, which will be used in the light-independent reactions. The light-independent reaction is also called the Calvin cycle. This process occurs in the stroma and does not require any light. So in the first step of the Calvin cycle, 3 carbon dioxide molecules are combined with RUBP, a 5-carbon acceptor, to create a 6-carbon molecule. The enzyme that helps with this reaction is known as rubisco. So you have 3 6-carbon molecules, and each 6-carbon molecule is then split into 2 3-carbon molecules known as 3-PGA. So because each 6-carbon molecule splits into 2 3-carbon molecules, we should have a total of 6 3-PGA molecules. ATP and NADPH are used to help transform the 6 3-PGA molecules into 3-carbon sugar known as G3P. The NADPH will lose an electron, meaning that it goes back to NADP+ to make G3P. So we should have a total of 6 G3P molecules. So now what happens to the ADP and NADP+? Well, they get recycled back to the light-dependent reactions, and the cycle just keeps repeating. Now that you have 6 total G3P molecules, 5 of those will be recycled to help regenerate the RUBP acceptor. However, only 1 G3P molecule will be used towards glucose production. Therefore, 3 carbon dioxide, meaning 3 cycles, will only produce 1 G3P molecule, and it takes 2 G3P molecules to make 1 glucose. The reasoning behind this is because G3P is a 3-carbon molecule, and glucose's formula has 6 carbons, C6H12O6. Hence, in order to get 6 carbons, it takes 2 G3P molecules, which means that it takes 6 turns of the Calvin cycle to make 1 glucose molecule. Okay, that'll do it for this video, and as always, leave your video ideas in the comments, and if you guys want to help support this channel, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.